of the industry, a student of the system. And that's a pretty important part, becoming a student of the system that you're working. You got to know what's happening in the marketplace. You got to have a system to take all that information out there to the marketplace. So I became a student of the system that I was working at the time too. And, it's miraculous what happened. I was that dad now because I'm home full time, right? I got to put the kids on the bus, take them off the bus. Matt, I went to every football practice from the time that helmet was bigger than him running around the field until all the way through high school. I went to every volleyball practice because I had a daughter who played volleyball. And I went to every cheer camp and cheer practice because I had to take my other daughter over there that was a cheerleader. And I was that silly dad on the sideline with the pom-poms, making everybody laugh, just enjoying life and spending as much time with my kids as I could. They were my everything. They were every goal I set and every goal I hit was all about what more I'm going to be able to do for my children, right? What the future that I'm going to give to my children. Before this industry, I was lucky if I got home in time to give them a kiss on the head or have dinner with them, then give them a kiss on the head, tell them to brush their teeth and go to bed. But this industry allowed me to spend as much time as I wanted with them. And that's a freedom that most dads don't get to know, right? There's a lot of dads out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. That was a blessing for me to be able to stay home and have such involvement with my kids' lives. And then, I just dove in, like I said, became a student of what's happening. And I put forth as much effort as I could every single day. Didn't matter how many hours I could work that day around my kids. It's how productive can I be in those hours that I have. And I always put forth 2, 3, 4 times more effort than everybody else did, just making up for what I didn't know and what I didn't understand with effort. And about a year or two into the business, I looked back one day and my decision was validated when I realized I'm now making more in a couple of months' time than anybody I've ever known in my life made in an entire year's time. And that just gave me 2 things that I know every parent and every human being on the planet is going to love. It gave me time freedom, and that was for my kids, right? A time freedom to spend as much time as I wanted with my children. One day, the high school needed a bowling coach for the travel league bowling team. I raised my hand and became the bowling coach. Why? Because I got to spend more time with my kids, but 2, because I could, because I had that time freedom to go ahead and do it. The other thing it gave me was financial freedom. Every single one of us parents go on vacation. We want our kids to have the best time. We swipe that card, almost like it's a fan at the park. We're swiping that card so often. And then we get home and we open up the bill and we have that guilt sets in about how much we just spent on that credit card, right? I never felt that again for the rest of my life. I never felt guilty about how much I swiped that credit card for my kids. It gave me time freedom and financial freedom to give them everything their hearts desired without spoiling them rotten, making sure they understood the value of it. But I gave them the life better than I could have dreamt of giving them. And that was an incredible journey for me. And again, opened up doors for me I never knew existed. It gave me all of that as abundant lifestyle. And now I'm grandpa, and I'm just focusing on knowing what can I do for my grandkids. I'm doing the same thing for them and helping set their future up and helping them plan ahead and think ahead, just like I did my children who are entrepreneurs. My baby is 30 years old. He's been working for himself since he was 14 years old, and he's never had a job in his life. Why? Because he's seen dad working from home, taking control of things. And that's what he wanted to do. So even when they're not looking or you think they're not paying attention, they're paying attention. And that was another revelation for me. But again, I've been here for 35 years. I've known the Rickards for 30 of those 35 years. I've worked side by side with Rory for 3 decades now, and it's been an incredible ride. When I met him, he was just a young man working for a telephone company that was helping all of us young entrepreneurs set up the voicemail that we needed to advertise all over the country and work the programs that we had. So I called him up one day, met this young man with a lot of passion about what he had, and he gave me the voicemail I needed, but he showed me something unique. As I build a network of people around the country, I could put a message on that system, just shoot it out to everybody at the same time, and all they had to do is check their messages. Matt's looking at me like, that's no big deal. But Matt, this was in 1992. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. I don't even think I had a beeper back then. We had none of the technology that we have today. But we had this young guy named Rory Rickard, this software brain, and a passion for mass communication to help all of us entrepreneurs use technology like that before this technology even existed. But when the internet did come out, 93, 94, that's when he left the telephone company, went online, became the very first guru, started off as a lead generation company. Because as all of us entrepreneurs are trying to get online, what do we need? We need leads. We need people to talk to. We want to talk to people all over the country, right? He became the #1 lead generation company out there, and he still holds that title today. Why? Because he did everything the right way. He nurtured every relationship. His motto was always, let me make sure I get it right, under promise and over deliver. And that's how you build a great relationship. And that's what he's always done. And for 3 decades, we've had an incredible life together. I met him for the first time in Miami when we were attending an event. I shook his hand, looked in his eyes. I had met an incredible human being, and I knew that I wanted this guy to be a part of my life some way. I had no idea what was going to happen, but I just knew he's one of those people that you want to know forever, right? And a couple of years after that, I got to fly out to Utah and meet his wonderful wife, Tanya. And I walked in the door and I met a young lady raising 7 children, running several other businesses, and helping Rory train all the new students and get this thing put together. And he get it put together, staying on track. Why? Because she's great with a calendar. She's great with time blocking. The most organized person I ever met. Watch Stacy's face. Tanya plans every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every year. And she's planning things, and she's talked to us about it 2 years down the road already. And you know what? Those things that she's planned 2 years down the road, they will happen. They'll happen on time, and they'll happen without a glitch whatsoever, because that's who she is. And that's what these two people, how they complement each other so well. Rory's got an incredibly creative mind, and he's got a co-founder, a partner, a life partner, and a business partner that helps take care of all the organizational skills, even though they both have the same history, not the exact same history, but they're both entrepreneurs. They're both business people who came together to create something great, and they complement each other perfectly. 25 years ago, I think it was around the first time I met Jim Rohn, he said something to me, and he gave me a definition of legend, right? And he said the true legends on this planet are the people who find the ways to help the most other people. To me, that's the definition of Rory and Tanya Rickard. These are two people who get up every day. I drink coffee all day long, but they at least have it in the morning. They get up in the morning, they have a cup of coffee, and they ask themselves this question: what can we do to help Angie and Teresa and Matt and Isaiah and Loretta and all the other new people we just seen on here earlier? What can we do to help them build their business, make more money, get their system out there to more people, hit their goals faster, understand what we have in front of us, and just dive in and become whatever it is they came here to become, to achieve whatever it is they came here to achieve. If you just wanted $500 or $1,000 a month like I did in the beginning, great. Welcome to the family. We got the tools and the system and everything you need to do that. If you want to make more and heavily supplement your income or pad your retirement account, great. Welcome to the team. If you want to become full-time and make this your career like I did, and Stacy did, and Linda did, and some of the other faces you see on here, fantastic. Welcome to the team. Help us spread the word. Help us pay it forward. You're getting involved in business with people who are just amazing at what they do. It started off with lead generation companies. Then they started building websites, and nobody could build a better website out there. And I've used some of the early stuff in 93, 94, 95. They couldn't do what his websites did. And after building successful lead generation companies and successful web development, they just put together a system that kept evolving and developing and getting better. And as new technology came out, Rory would add it to the system. And it just kept evolving into this thing that you guys are looking at today called the Performance Blogging System, PBS. PBS is an accumulation of 3 decades of his experience and wisdom and knowledge and technology as it changed and developed and got better, and it's turned into something that you get to use that's got hundreds of pages that represent hundreds of products and services that you get to take to the marketplace, have a positive impact on other people's lives while building yourself an incredible business. If that sounds like something that you're happy to be a part of, like I am, and Stacy and Linda and all the other smiling faces that you see here, Lisa Yoder, watch that smile. Go ahead, Lisa. We're all so happy to be here. If that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, we welcome you with open arms. Welcome to the family. Isaiah, welcome to the team. Teresa, Loretta, welcome to RRR247. You got a system in front of you that'll take you wherever you want to go. All you got to do is what I did in the beginning. dive in, become a student, follow the steps, follow the system, stay in touch with your instructor, follow the directions, and know that what doesn't matter how fast you're going to get there, you're going to get there. Don't try to be the expert the first week, 2, 3 weeks. Become a student of what we are, and every day just get a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, and you will get to wherever you want to go. So I welcome you. I'll be the first to welcome you. I welcome every one of you to the family. We're happy to see every smiling face and every person, every state. I don't even remember all the states, but there was 21 or 22 brand new people that came in today. And I want to be the first to welcome you to the family. Well, your instructor probably it was the first to welcome you. Let me be the second person to say, welcome to RRR247. You're in business with some great people. You're in business for yourself, but you will never be in business by yourself. We got a heck of a team here, and Rory and Channing are building a heck of an army. And there's a lot of us that are really passionate about taking that message that they have and spread it out to the rest of the world. So what time we got? Yep. Without any further delay, I see him now. I want to introduce you to somebody who's near and dear to my heart. He's one of our co-founders, but he's also my best friend. He's also become my brother. He's also family. I love spending holidays with him. I love breaking bread with him. I like traveling around the world with him. I like wetting the line in any body of water that we can get to that have fish in it. I just love spending time with him, and I love the passion and vision that he has in the future for as many people as we can. We're going to spread around the globe, and we're glad you're going to help us. My best friend, my brother, all of our mentor, a co-founder here, and get out your pen and paper because he's going to share some incredible stuff with you. Mr. Rory Rickard, I see you over there now, finally. I didn't see you a minute ago. Microphone is yours. Take it away. Sorry, I didn't see you a second ago, and I was just waiting to look over there again and see you.
Yeah, no, all good. You can hear me good, right?
I can hear you loud and clear.
So I'm using Gavin's headset. I'm at Gavin's place, and you'll probably see my granddaughter in the background. It's just the three of us here, and she'll see you, Niall. She's already seen you a couple times on the screen. Anyway, she's Niall. So anyway, I just want to bring up some awesome stuff that's there. I'm also going to put a shout out to Brianna Donahue, who's been here for a little while. She's a VIP. We were getting stuff set up in session 2. You guys all know what that means, and she's here going through that stuff. So hello, Brianna. She didn't. I don't know how many we had new. How many new did we have announce themselves today?
We had 22 that were able to unmute before I shut it down.
Perfect. Well, there's 23. And I'll have her. She can come say hi anytime. We'll have her come on next week. So I'm going to just walk you guys through some things here. We have an awesome guest. I want to get them on here as soon as possible. Stacy, I'm going to have you come on here, guys. We have our Cash Network Direct. This is our DTCA ambassador kiosk offers. So if you're part of direct-to-consumer ambassador, all the pay structure is through that back-end office. It includes all of our kiosks. So Stacy, I'm going to have you unmute and come on here. And probably got to put us on a panel thing on here. We're going to bring on Frank Melandro, and you guys, here's some stuff that's happened, right? I'm actually, let me do that really quick. And Frank, I'm going to give you an introduction. So bear with me a second. Let's go to a fun screen, shall we?
Sure.
Right? We like fun screens. That one's for 6, 2. I don't have one for like 3. We'll go to this one.
Stacey, you're about to look like Maxine Hedra.
Yeah, I'm backing away from the computer so I don't overtake it.
And there's probably some other people I put on here too. So let me just put Frank. There we'll pop in that way. It'll take a second, Stacy. AI will fill in there we go. And then Frank, you can just be a talking head, or you can come on with a video if you want. So you guys, there's Frank. Yeah, this works. This is a little comfortable. We can play with this. So you guys, we have the ERC credit program, which we've had for a while, and we just had a lot of tracking issues and a lot of lack of communication. And my buddy over there said, hey, you guys get with Frank and the team, and they're going to help you guys out. They built this awesome process for us. And we just need to kind of go over that and kind of do a relaunch, if anything. I'm going to just state this. If you have the ERC credit link, make sure it's the new one. So log in, make sure you get the new one in the Cash Network Direct system. I'm going to show you what it looks like really quick. I'll come right back. And we're going to talk about it. So I have my page. So the ERC credits, this is rory3.com/ERC-credits. That's the keyword I'm going after. And then if you click on the link, I saw that video was there before, but it clicks on this link, it takes it to this awesome freaking page. And it's super straightforward and goes through, and we have insane tracking now and ways to help it all go. So I'm going to have Frank talk about it, but this is what it should look like. If yours doesn't look like this, get your link, get your new link, and go back to it. Okay. All right. So that I'll stop the share. Go back to our immersive view. And you guys, and I want you guys all know, like Stacy puts a lot of work in, right? And she's in charge of everything that's in the Cash Network Direct system. She's been working with Frank and these guys to get this stuff done. She coordinates the training. We're paying the commissions. The volumes are all showing up. Everything is working, and it's thanks to this guy and his team. So Frank, I want to have you just come on and say thank you for getting this on here. Let's make sure we cover what the ERC credit program works. We want to research it. You guys, we had a lot of people that got some really good fat checks. There's a lot of money in this. And Frank, I don't know how you want to intro it, but thank you for everything you guys have done. And I want to make sure you guys, if everybody went out there and just submitted one business, it's a lot. Just one business. And there's so many businesses that haven't taken advantage of it yet. I talk to them all the time. They don't even, like, as much as it's advertised, guys, there's a reason why we have a position in what we do. Nothing sells itself. This is literally free money. It's upwards of $27,000 per employee during the pandemic. Free money, not a loan. They don't have to pay it back. It's free money. We still have to market it. Go ahead, Frank.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for the energy and the introduction. Yeah, very excited to work with everyone here. Rory, you've been amazing to work with, and Stacy. So can you guys hear me clearly?
You're way clear. We're good.
Right, fantastic. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and the window is this wide to seize this moment. This program is meant for small and medium business owners. And the best part about this is that you're helping the fabric of America, the community that you live in. You're helping business owners that need this help coming out of the pandemic, everything they've been through to survive and try to thrive again in the current economic times. And so this is a tax refund for business owners. Here's the kicker, though. It does not cost them anything. Rory had mentioned this. There's no money out of the pocket. We don't charge any upfront fees, no upfront cost. The only cost to them is a success fee on the back end. And so this is almost like found money for these business owners that could significantly help them. And let me tell you a little bit quickly about myself. This will probably tie right in with what everyone does here. You know, I killed my 9-to-5 job. You know, I was 19 years working for a public entity. You know, I hustled day and night. On the night, I was at my laptop. I had kids crawling on me, doing all that. And it is possible to break free of that 9-to-5 grind and just have that vision for your future. And, you know, what's important is I had started a restaurant back in 2018. We were doing fantastic, and COVID hit. And you know how impactful that was on the restaurant industry. So the location of my restaurant was inside of a mall, and my mall had closed for several months, and it devastated my business. Now, coming out of the pandemic, we did get the PPP, which was all over the news. We had big corporations claiming PPP, yet they were thriving and staying open during COVID. Yet my small restaurant was forced to close. And so my own accountant told me that we were not eligible for the Employee Retention Credit, ERC for short. So just imagine hundreds of, thousands of accountants throughout America telling their clients that they're not eligible for this program. And the reason is that in November of 2020, Congress changed the law, because it used to be where you had to choose PPP or ERC, and ERC did not get all of the attention. However, that rule change had now made ERC eligible to all small and medium business owners up to 500 employees. And the best part is they could claim a tax refund, which means they don't have to pay it back. There's no restrictions how they use the money. If If a business owner hasn't paid themselves or is in debt, they could pay off that debt and use the money for however best suitable for themselves and their business. And it is, Rory is correct. It's up to $26,000 per employee. Now, the thing is, it has to be W-2 employees. And so what you're doing here is offering your local restaurant, maybe your local plumber or contractor, people, your dry cleaner, people you see and interact with day in and day out. You give them your business, right? There's no reason why in return they may not give you their business, especially in a way where you're helping them claim a tax refund that they're eligible for. There was a recent Forbes article that said that over 80% of businesses in America would be eligible for this program. That's an incredible number because currently to date, they're saying maybe 16 to 20% have claimed it. So we have a wide open opportunity here to help the people that you care about in your community claim this tax refund. And why I say the window is short is because there is a limited time to amend your tax returns to claim the refund. And so we have up until, actually, am I able to share my screen real quick?
Yes.
You
All
should
right,
be able to. I'll make
fantastic.
sure. Hold on.
Yep.
Now you can. You're
All
good.
right. So because what I want to show you is a couple of quick things is, let's come over here. And these are the qualifying quarters. It's important if you are going to go out there and talk to your local friends who may own a business or family members, you just kind of understand some of the basics. You don't need to know every ins and out. You are not an accountant. You're not a payroll company. You just want to be a referrer, right? That's the key. You're referring a service that could put cash flow back into the business. And so the qualifying quarters for the employee retention program is 2020, Q2, Q3, Q4, and then 2021, Q1, 2, and 3. That's the period that they could claim a refund for. And it's very simple to claim this refund. There's two documents that are needed for every single file. The same two documents. I don't care if you have 2 employees. I don't care if you have 200. It's the same 2 pieces of information. We simply need what they call a 941 form, which I'll show you a blank one now. This form, they could very easily, if you're a business owner, you'll know, you could very easily pull this from your payroll provider, such as like an ADP, Paychex, whatever. It's in your report section. And you'll need a payroll report, something to this capacity, which could be in a PDF or an Excel spreadsheet. It just tells the employee's name, the pay date, and the gross wages. 2 simple documents that are needed on every single file. I mean, we have mortgage brokers that we're working with that are telling us like, this is the easiest thing you could possibly do. They're dealing with trying to get bank statements, trying to get, W-2s, trying to get paychecks, all kinds of things on each file. This is the same process over and over. And we try to make it as easy as possible for you, which is why we put together this really fantastic application site, which you guys could work with. Let me just start new survey. And as Rory showed you, when you have your blog site and you click the link, it's all done for you for the business owner. Your key is you're either going to do one of 2 things. Actually invite a business owner. So that's one thing. Say, hey, check out my site, my click the ERC section of my site. It will take you through it. It will take you 3 to 5 minutes. You don't need any sensitive information. We don't need EIN numbers to start. We don't need social security numbers. We just want to try to get them a basic calculation. And so when they come through this application, they could very simply fill this out and even get an estimate right here. So let's say your local pizzeria had 15 employees in 2020. Maybe they had, 13 in 2021. Well, their potential ERC amount is $210,000. That's incredible if you're a business owner to get that kind of cash flow back into your business, right? And here's the best part. There's nothing out of pocket. We, as a company, will file the entire thing from start to finish to the IRS. We do not send the business owner an invoice until after they receive the checks and approvals from the IRS, which come directly from the US Treasury. They'll come in the form of individual checks for each relevant quarter. And then we charge a very, very flat fee of 15% based on the commission, based on the refund amount. It's the lowest in the industry. No one does it this way where they don't charge upfront fees. So it's found money to the business owner. They don't have to dig in their pocket. You're offering them a service that they're going to get cash flow back into your business, and you're going to get paid very well based on the commission or the fee, the success fee that is charged to that business owner. They'll receive the approval. They'll receive the checks. They'll pay the invoice. It's a very smooth and streamlined process. I will tell you that it does take the IRS anywhere between 3 to 5 months to process. That's the current backlog. We don't expect government to do anything fast. So that's currently the current backlog. If you owed them money, I'm sure the process would be much different. But in this situation, that's the case. And we are doing these every day. Personally, we have multiple types of ways we generate business. The most successful one is to just start going to the people you know, love, and trust. They probably trust you, and you give them a referral. However, I know you guys are learning so many great things with driving traffic and marketing. It's an open sea right now. Just so many business owners need this, and they're just not being exposed to it. They don't think they qualify. They don't know what makes them qualified. And it's only 3 very simple ways. I'm going to end here with the 3 ways to qualify. You had to have had a full shutdown due to a government order. For example, my mall was shut down due to the governor ordering malls to shut down. That's a qualifying event. Partial shutdowns and supply chain issues. So a partial shutdown would include, let's say you had to reduce your operating hours. If a business had to remove indoor dining and have only outdoor dining. If you had workers that could not telework. These are all partial suspensions. And then supply chain issues. We know that many of the many of the ports out on the West Coast had a backlog of shipments come in that couldn't enter the country and stuff like that. Those type of supply chain issues would qualify you. And then the last way a business can qualify is with a revenue reduction. Now, typically the first 2 ways I spoke about are just easy. You don't need all 3 ways to qualify. Qualifying multiple ways does not get you more money. It's just simply based on, do you qualify? And then how many employees did you have? And we come to a calculation. So if I change these numbers, you could see it recalculates right on the website, and there we go. So the key is just getting people exposed to it. There's been a lot more attention. I'm sure you may have even seen some recent TV ads, radio ads from other companies, which is great because it's just giving exposure to the program and the awareness and validity to the program. So that's Frank, what I have for you, Rory.
Frank, this is awesome. I'm going to go over a couple of details. You guys, when we first started marketing this out there, people thought we were just like, they didn't believe it. It's because it's government. Why did I get told this? And Frank is right. There's accountants that would just tell them they didn't qualify. Well, because the program kept changing. All right. But people didn't keep up with it. Our people kept up with it. That's why we rolled this out there. There is a huge free money doesn't sell itself. Nothing sells itself. And this is just something we got to get in front of. But I got to tell you, right, when you're talking with one of the biggest objections that I've received is, well, why didn't my accountant tell me this? Well, they don't keep up with stuff. You guys remember we brought on our accountant team to help you guys, and guys, I was paying in a big, huge law firm, all right, and a lot of money to manage all my books for the lead companies. And then Tanya had her business was running, and her taxes were always better than mine. And I just talked to her accountant. He had a small office, but he knew tax code. He knew it. He studied it. He did all this stuff. And just by switching over, he did my previous 2 years, whatever he could go back and do, saved me a grundle and set me up for a bigger future. Seriously, that was a big need. This is a similar thing. Just because they have an accountant or somebody there, they don't know. And so that's why it's good for them to go through this, see what's available. But this out for a while now, so people have been hearing about it. Just today, I got 2 phone calls, one from Washington, one from a Washington, D.C. number. Both of them are telling me that my business qualified for ERC credits and I had a refund in my way. It was them trying to do this program. It's out there. But people still don't just jump on it. They got to, and when you get a warm invite from somebody that's usually all it takes. And that's what we get to do on here. So I know we have people here that are very connected with chambers of commerce. We got people that know other business owners. This is a good way to go out there and do it. I'm gonna let you guys know we had some problems with the tracking before. It was a nightmare. I don't even want to tell you what Stacy. Stacy wanted to shut it down because it was so ugly, right? And I'm like, Stacy, we're gonna figure it out. And I took my complaints up like we always do. We got hooked up with Frank. Guys, this tracking we have now, we know where everything is at. The whole process helps better. Once the paperwork comes in, Frank, we have people to help get it all in, right?
Yeah, so let me touch on 2 points there. I'll start with that one is we've put in place some processors that review the documents and we submit a completely clean file to the IRS. So we make sure everything's in order. If there is something missing, we go back to the client, we speak to them, we help them collect those correct documents. And back to Rory's original point about, the objection of a CPA, why my accountant tell me about this. Here's a simple analogy. This is a payroll tax refund, right? So CPAs focus on personal taxes and corporate taxes, but they're not payroll experts, right? So think of it this way. If you go out and if you go break a bone, are you going to your general practitioner or are you going to an orthopedic surgeon? You're always going to go to the surgeon because that's their specialty. And so it's the same thing with CPA, and it's no fault to them. They, from January until May, they're just knee deep in corporate returns, extensions, and all of that. That's the only thing they focus on. And it's hard for them to learn new tax code that's not prevalent to what they do. And this is a payroll tax refund. So that's the reason on that.
I'm going to so on the 3 ways to qualify, guys, COVID shut people down. Almost everybody was shut down because of COVID. There's almost no area that didn't shut down businesses. You guys remember we were what was it called? In place, safety in place. What was it called? That bullshit. I'm sorry. That safety for our future. What was that called? Basically, we all were forced to stay home. Businesses were forced to shut down.
Yes.
And it was pretty much like everybody, right?
Quarantine.
What was it? What was that called? It was quarantine, but it was called something else.
Someone said in the chat.
Shelter in place.
Shelter in place.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Tanya Romero, who I owe you a phone call, and let's do that tomorrow. Okay. So quarantine in place or shelter in place. Yes. Everybody got affected by that. And I mean everybody. So like the qualification is pretty open. And that was one of the things that I saw. You guys, I had businesses tell me like, well, we were only shut down during a certain period. That qualified. They all got paid out. I've had 2 big accounts get paid out. The commission's really nice, guys, but they were like so grateful. And they've thanked me over and over again when I see them again, because I think they got a couple $100,000. And they said, you know what it did? They said, Rory, it saved our business. Like we were really stressed out. We're going to take out another loan to catch up. That brought us back up to where we were going to be good again. And we didn't have to fire anybody. And they were just so grateful, and they got it soon. Now it takes some time to get it. Now, Frank, there is a program where they can get it quicker, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of companies. Yep, there is 2 companies, Fund ERC and Business Credit, that will offer an advancement. Of course, the business owner will take a little bit of a haircut but if it means getting funds faster, sometimes that could be the saving grace to keep your business open. So that is definitely an option. You guys, I'm just I'll bring that up there just for a reason. And then it's a factor deal, meaning someone else says, hey, the government's going to pay you, do the paperwork, we're going to pay you sooner. I had one of my buddies do this, smaller business, and they had a line of credit due, a big line of credit due, because they kept their business going using that line of credit. They did this, got the money in time to pay that without penalty, and that was worth it for them. But that's something we have available. They can wait the 5 months, they're going to get more money. But some businesses, some people are struggling month to month still. A lot of people, like they didn't get their business back up to even regular still, like the regular clientele. I can tell you, places like Orlando are doing great, but there's lots of middle America that are still struggling. And remember, inflation's hitting people differently. We had all this free cash going out. It's sucked up now, but people aren't going out like they were. Things are changing. Things are always in who doesn't need the money? This program's there to help small and medium business. I think it's under, what's the employee height? Is it 250? It's actually 500.
500
for 2021. So to be eligible for 2020, the employee limit is 100. It's based on your 2019 numbers. Yeah.
Okay, I knew there was some, but you guys.
But here's the best part,
Is,
not
Yeah,
to
go
cut
ahead.
you off, Rory, is that you don't need to be the expert, right? When you go through the application, it's very simple, clear, and outlined every step of it. That, like I said, it will take them 3 to 5 minutes. And you guys don't need to be the expert. You need just to be an expert in inviting them to view it. That's the key.
Perfect. And you guys, we're gonna, we'll have this on here. It's I'm gonna go with some stuff. I'm not gonna do any Q&A with Frank because we want to get this rolled out there. But Frank, you can come back on and let's see where this is at. We want to get a surge of applications going. I know, and I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of my instructors that I was talking to about this because we did have issues before. Guys, it is so smooth now. It is awesome. It is awesome. And so it's just good to reroute that, get the link out there. It's good to promote it and push it out there. And we have some questions. So there is a timeline. When's this end before people can go back and get their stuff done?
Sure. To file for the 2020 quarters, we have up until April of 2024. To file for all of 2021, we have up until April of 2025.
So we
have some time on this.
2 years.
2 years left.
2 years. That's it. And then it's
we
done,
are going
guys.
all out.
It's done. Yeah.
Yes. We're totally focused from different revenues, partnering with great guys like yourself, Rory, to running social media ads, spending tens of thousands a day. And so the opportunity is there. We this is definitely, like, I hate to be cliche, but like having almost like a ground floor opportunity with something. It's not saturated yet. I mean, I'm talking about 16 to 20% have filed. So your doorway to open, and you're really touching your community by helping someone. That the difference of not telling someone could be the difference of one of those businesses staying open or not. So it's a great program. It really is.
You guys, I'm going to tell you this too. Like, there's different questions on the thing. If people just out, it's worth them filling it out because they're missing something or something doesn't qualify. Sometimes when they get contacted, they might have just misstated something, or they help with that process too, right, Frank? Like, they'll let them know, hey, we need to do this, or something's not right. They help with that process. It's just better for them to start the process.
Correct.
Correct. I remember a lot of people when I just go, but a lot of people didn't, and they qualified. They put through there, and it tells you like you're in pretty good shape. And there's an ice cream place we helped out. They had like 16 employees at 2 locations, and same thing. They kept their employees going because employees, they cared about them like a family. They got this money back. It just makes things right. That's what it's supposed to be. 85% of American businesses are small business, small and medium business. 85%. The bigger businesses got other things going on. This is something for them, right? And it doesn't hurt to just put it out there, but also just on the owner to start filling out the information. Say, it's we're going to go over some stuff that goes in there. Hey, Federici, can you claim yourself if you're an employee of the business? If you're the owner, it doesn't work for owners. This is for employees. If you're an owner employee, I think it might work for that. I don't know on that actually. So as an owner of businesses, I don't get any benefits like that.
Yeah. So if you're a majority owner, you cannot claim yourself. So if you're 51% or more, and then it has to be W-2 employees only. 1099 employees are excluded from this, unfortunately. So they would have had to, because if you're 1099, you didn't pay taxes. You didn't pay payroll taxes on those employees.
Yeah,
so it's a payroll tax refund.
Yeah,
correct.
But it's sizable. Like it's I mean, this whole thing it's amazing. And there's no payback. This isn't a loan, right? So, I mean, I'm going to stress a couple of key points. There's no payback coming. I tell you that because there was a big misinformation about this where it was going to be a loan and you had to pay it back with interest, and it freaked a lot of business owners out. Misinformation. It was never that way. But they made it more and more clear that it's nothing. You don't have to pay it back, and it gets offset on your taxes. It's not considered income. It's considered something else on the tax forms, and when it's filed, all that stuff is going to get answered. But it's bottom line to make them right again. And it's not for them to pay to their employees. It's for the business to get reimbursed for keeping the employees on during the crap. I call it what you want to call it, the crap, right? So awesome, Frank. All right, so I'm going to I think we're pretty good on this, Frank. I got a couple other things to go over with everybody because of our time. But you guys, this is impactful. Remember, don't miss a Tuesday. This is a live recording on our YouTube channel. But do not miss a Tuesday. We have more stuff coming on. And then Frank, we're going to do a big rollout, and then we'll have you come back on just to answer any Q&A after everybody's gone out to roll it all out there in a couple of weeks' time. I don't want to go too long. And then we'll just do a steady resurgence on this and put it out there. Also, I'm going to be doing some marathon work to promote the page. All right. These I don't know who you are, but I'm going to just put this out there. Go to my page and read it. Go to my page, go to rory3.com/ERC-credits. You can just do /ERC, it'll take you right there. Yeah, employee retention credits. Thanks, Jenny. That's my cousin. Thanks, cuz. But go right to the rory3.com/ERC and see how I built that page. Also, you can copy that, modify it to be your own, and put it out there. This is not a page that's part of the standard setup. So everybody that's new, you don't have this page. You need to create it, get the links from Cash Network Direct. We literally are out to push this for the next couple of years as one of our things, right? It's one of our things to put out there. It's kind of a fun thing to bring up. It's very simple to process now. We need to start doing all that, right? So let's start pushing that out there. It's one more thing like we get to have, right? It's another spoke in our wheel, right? We just get to push that out there with everything else that we're doing. What we will be doing ad placements on this in an upcoming marathon because it's worth putting it out there. Right? If there's other things that are there, people have seen it, there's awareness to it. We're going to have some fun with some ad copy and be putting that out there. So the thing that you need to let them know, and Frank, you're okay with me saying this, I want to just cover one thing. You let them know that we're just connecting them with the specialists to get it done. We're not asking to take their paperwork. We're not doing anything scary like that. And I'm going to tell you, as business owners, when your friends get involved in your business, you freak out. So tell them, say, I'm just an agent to connect you with the specialists to do this. We're marketers. Remember, guys, we are marketers. Our job is to connect products and services with consumers. We don't have to be the expert on it. We're not the expert on it, right? And I'm going to tell you, people before me are doing this. When a business owner freaks out because their friend's coming to them, that's a common thing. They don't want you to see their books. So I'm going to tell you, the best thing for you to say is, hey, this isn't me. I'm just connecting you with this program. My job is to market it out there. Experts are going to handle it from here. I don't need to see your stuff. I don't want to see your stuff. You're going to submit it there in a safe, secure environment where a specialist is going to work with you. You need to say that you're not going to see it. Because if you don't, they'll be nice to you, but they don't want you to see their business. I'm just going to tell you, as a business owner, I don't want anybody in my business. It's not their business. I don't want them to see what's coming through. I don't want them to see where right? Because there's no upside, right? It's just like, with here. Guys, Tanya and I do very well. How well? No one needs to know how well we go. You guys are responsible for our bills and the stuff that goes on there. You guys see me smile all the time. Life is great. That's business owners don't need to share all their stuff. They won't. So you have to let them know they're going to a specialist, right? Their accountant knows their whole life. This is an accountant that's a specialist that's going to know enough of their life to get them the money. That's all they need to know, and that you're not taking the paperwork. It's going to a very specialist process. Frank, I'm good with that, right?
Fantastic. Yeah. And I just want to wrap up with one thing, because I think it will touch this audience. If you could dream it, you could achieve it. I'm an example of that. I worked my whole life, 19 years in the public sector. And I assure you that if you have those goals, that vision, and you just work every day towards it, it will come true for you. And what Rory is teaching here is that ability to give you that freedom. So don't underestimate what you can achieve with everything that's going on here. I really appreciate you having me on here, Rory.
And we're going to have you back on again. So you guys, what I'm going to do is, and Frank, you're welcome to stay. I'm going to read a chapter of my book, and we'll close out today. I'm a little early. This is going to make up for the last week where I went way over, right? But it was awesome. You guys, the shoulder thing was so cool. Everybody, we had a lot of people take advantage of that promo, and you're going to have some fun stuff to wear. And we're going to be working on the holiday pages. I'm going to tell you guys, next Tuesday is awesome. Next Tuesday is awesome. Also, I don't know if you'll catch the replay. We'll be putting some information out to the teams, but next Tuesday, just checking. Tanya, it's her birthday. It's Tanya's birthday next Tuesday. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what to do on that. She does not like surprises. So don't you guys tell her anything. Okay. So next Tuesday, and I don't think she's going to catch this replay because we're really busy. Right. And she's out with the girls right now. So that's why I'm talking right now. We're leaving Utah. Right. So we'll be in a great place. She's got a lot of stuff planned next week or this next month and with the wine and dines and the stuff that we do. But I'm just letting you guys know next Tuesday, I want to do something kind of fun. So just so I'm going to be putting some information out through the leaders, right? Through our MSIs, PSIs, GSIs, and just get ready for some fun with that. And that's my PSA. Okay, now let me go here. I'm gonna keep it recording here and just go live. By the way, Stacy, thank you so much for all you do.
You're welcome. I just want to say, you guys, it is so much fun to log in and see new applications. And we have someone out there that has set the bar for you guys already. One of our up and coming instructors, and Roy, he's set to talk with us on Saturday to give us an insight on how he got his applications in for those that he's been working with.
Is that on the Saturday, the first hour?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So first hour on Saturday. You guys, this program, I'm going to go back to it for a second. We're talking massive commissions. It's commissions from free money from the government. Okay, we just got to submit them in. We just got to get them to go through the pipeline, get them in the pipeline. Remember, we're not collecting the paperwork. We're not going to get into their business. We're just connecting them with the specialists that are going to get it done. Okay, you guys, my best friends' businesses, most of them applied for this and got the money. There's a couple that weren't able to because they have a different quirky type of a business and I think they're working on it, but they thank me all the time. And when I told them, and I got great credibility, they looked at me like I was crazy. And then I showed them the process. And then when they got the check, they all called me and said, Rory, thank you. Thank you for getting us on this right away. Cash flow is a difference, right? And, I got some wealthy friends, but you got a business going through those times. Those crazy times hit everybody. All right. And I'll put it in perspective. We fund your marketing. Our ROI used to be 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years. It's just under. After COVID, we gained a year. We're at 3.5 years. It affected us in a big way too. It affects everybody, right? Now we're catching up. Business is going again. Who knows what else is going to come in there? But this can help right the ship. All right, I'm going to
Real quick, Rory, I got an idea for Tanya.
Oh, okay, good.
What is her favorite color?
So she likes a lot of colors. She's more into blues.
Purple.
Purple. Yep.
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
her brother knows.
Blue and purple next Tuesday, and let's see if she picks up on it.
That's actually a really good idea. I think we go with purple.
Okay.
Everybody I like where this is going. Everybody wear purple. Okay. If you have a bottle of Tanya, right? Maybe you just keep showing that all the time. What do you think? Okay, this is the start. This is the start. We're gonna make sure that she's on. She loves next Tuesday. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you guys, it's awesome. We have a great guest next Tuesday who is super fun on camera, and I'm gonna get with her on something too because I want to do something like crazy with her just because it'll get me in trouble, guys. I promise you, surprises don't go over well, but it's more for me because she does so much and she doesn't like the recognition. Niall, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Right? Yeah, you are. If you have the Pinot Grigio or the Rosé, have either one of those.
Yeah, there's the two. And we got some dynamic stuff coming. Oh, Lori, I'm going to be more than grounded. I'll tell you guys how this goes. I know I'm going to get in trouble, right? So I'm going to make sure I do it so well that it's worthwhile. So I haven't gotten in trouble for a while. I've been very good. So it's due. I'm due to put one of those big, huge things out there that I paid for years. It's due. So I'm working it out in my crazy mind on some stuff on there, but I like these little elements, right? I like these little elements, and then we'll pan around and do some stuff. I got other ideas. I'm gonna pass it with everybody, but and you guys will know if she heard this or watched the replay, I think this is good, safe, because if she does, I might not be around for a little bit. We'll see what happens. But okay. So
I will
go ahead,
beg her.
Nicole, do that. All right, I'm going to read this book. Let me.
I will beg her to spare your life.
Yeah, you're probably going to need to. Like, you know, yeah, you've saved me before. Okay. All right, let's go to this. All right.
Oh, Andy, you're not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Andy will probably call her. That's what he'll do. Rory's doing this. I know you will, Andy. I know that's coming. All right. Let me go ahead and read that. Let me get this going, guys. I'm on chapter 12, I believe. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to read chapter 12 of Marketing is Freedom, and I'm gonna go into this. Like I do a lot with RRR, which is Reset, Refocus, Recommit. It is literally the mindset that has helped me achieve so much in life, right? It's about how fast you get back up. We all get knocked down. We all get knocked down in little ways and big ways, right? Anything that takes us off of our focus, off of our goal, that's a knockdown, right? The neighbor needs help. Kid did something at school, you got to run into school, right? I can't even tell you how many times Tanya and I had to go to the school. We have 6 boys and the daughter, but we would get called to school for various things, right? And that would take away time during the day or things that you had planned out. Little things add up, right? And a lot of people, if they take too long to get back on their focus, you lose a day. You lose a day, it's like losing a week. You lose a week, it's like losing a month. You lose a month, it's like losing a year. You got to find a way to keep intently focused and get back where you need to be. How fast you get back up and going is what matters, right? Everybody's going to get hit. Everybody's going to get knocked down. So I'm going to go into this. I'll go into more deep dive after. Very powerful chapter 12, RRR in everyday life, and then RRR 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From tasks with work, your business, and in your daily life, the RRR is a tool that will help you get the most out of each and every morsel of time you have daily. Along with planning and measuring your time, RRR will allow you to gain much more out of life. There are countless obstacles and challenges I have faced in my journey for wealth, happiness, and freedom. They still come up all the time. The more I give and help others, the more obstacles and challenges that come up. It is part of the journey of life. It is also a great reminder that mind over matter and the ability to use the tools of RRR can get you past it all. I can tell you it is one of the best things that was hard at first, but becomes easy. It is a habit, a way of handling the crap that life throws at us. It is also something that money cannot buy. It is created from the patience and removing emotions to clear a path to get back to what you want. It is a way to take control of everything you can control and move ahead. It really is something to appreciate. And the little wins of completing the task in spite of the obstacles makes the celebration that much better. When we complete the day and have our glass of wine, the taste of a successful day is better and better with each RRR experienced along the way. These tasks being completed are all part of a focus and commitment to bettering yourself, your deserved rewards, and your freedom. Celebrating even the tiniest of wins is important to realize the next new day and press forward to it. We are always in competition with ourselves to become the best us we can be. measured by completed tasks in all aspects of our lives, to do so in a way that benefits all that we can around us, to always leave things better than we found them, and to be a positive energy in all we do and say. When RRR is done correctly, the self-imposed distractions of self-doubt, self-pity, and self-destruction of all types will just have to get in line as you reset and clear them away. Then you refocus on your why and reasons for your direction and tasks, and you are recommitting to make it happen and go forward again, right on task. Soon it will happen with ease. Those obstacles that were once in your way will become easier and easier to remove as distractions altogether. Plus, as you end each day with a note of gratitude, celebration all over the little wins, you will have habits of winning that will really drive the success to meet you in your journey. I have coined a direct reminder of this mental tool and habit for success of RRR247. Reset, refocus, recommit, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is a mindset for success using the mental tools of RRR all the time. Now, I'm going to go into, I go into a lot of exercises when I do live trainings. I like to do the reset, refocus, recommit in a very solid way. And I'm just going to give you how I do it. And this is especially when it's overwhelming. All right. And I do it so quick and so often. It is a habit. But this is the one thing. If someone asks me, what is the one thing that's helped you succeed in life? It's RRR. It's the ability to reset, refocus, recommit, and get back on track. It is the one thing that has mattered the most as a habit, right? You got the tools, you got the resources. How do I use them all the time to get where I'm going to go? How do I keep focused on that goal, right? So when I reset, I go to a place, and usually, I do this at night and every morning, no matter what. Even if I don't feel like I need it, I want to make sure I'm focused on where I'm going, right? So I reset, I clear my mind, right? And I go to a clean place in my mind. I'm closing my eyes. I'm in my meditation mode. I like to usually sit up. I got my fingers together, and my head's up. I'm not bowing. My head is up, straight back, usually cross-legged. And I go to my happy place. And my happy place happens to be where Tanya and I have been up through now. It's the top of a mountain of snow, right? That's my happy place, is where snow is just around me and it's wide open, nothing but snow, right? It's like being dropped in a bowl of snow. All you have is mountain white snow, and that's all you can see forever is powder. And I go there, right? Other people go to beaches. If I need a second place, right? I love being on the ocean, away from all land, right? On a beautiful yacht, just by myself and just water, right? No land masses. And whatever your happy place is, a lot of people go to the beach, right? And I tell everybody, if you go to the beach and the sand makes it a little bit, put yourself in a nice place, but you can always go into the water too, right? But you can just drift away. Sand and the snow work the best for me for the following. When I have things that I'm trying to clear out, right? And I want to reset, little problems come up, and I make them like a twig in the snow, or bunny prints that come across. And then I see the snow just, with the breeze come and fill it all in, and it erases the problem. I try to get down to nothing in my mind, clear and concise, so that I can definitely go from that reset to refocus. Now in sand, I have the sand, I see like a crowd coming through, or, a stick, and then sand is, the wave comes up and smooths it all over again. And I clear away every little noise that comes in there, right? We sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. This is getting rid of the small stuff. And you relax. And that's the reset. And it takes as long as it takes, right? And then you go refocus. Like, what is my goals, right? What am I focusing on? What am I trying to accomplish, right? And I'll just add, right? Like, a dream is just a dream until you make it a goal. Once you make it a goal, right? And you give it a deadline, now you just got to take that deadline and figure out an action plan to make that deadline a reality, and then apply resources and go to work, right? And that's what the refocus is. What are my goals? What am I trying to do? And this is not just your business goals. This is like your personal relationship goals, your family goals, your extended family goals, goals with relationships you have, and then obviously your business and your wealth creation and freedom, your goals you're focusing on that. What are those? And then after you refocus on what those are, right, then you can recommit to getting them done. right? You realize your why and how powerful it is to make you do all the things and to constantly RRR to get there. Why do you want it, you know? And if you should have your goals should be something you really desperately want, because you got to grind through it, and you're gonna have to RRR, reset, refocus, recommit, maybe thousands of times before you complete that goal, depending on how big that goal is. That's what that's all about. And it's seriously, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, Rory, what is the one thing that you would, you know, attribute your drive there? Obviously, grit is very important, but RRR is part of grit. Like, knock me down, I'll get back up. Knock me down hard, I'll get back up stronger. You only got to get up one more time than you get knocked down, right? But when you get a habit of getting back up and going, it's awesome what you can accomplish. You know, I don't go down a rabbit hole. I don't go self-pity. I don't go like throw myself under the covers because I got knocked down. No, I get right back up and going, because success is the absolute best thing you can accomplish. It just is, because I got another goal behind that goal, right? I got purpose, I got drive, and I got awesome rewards that are along the way. You know, especially when you've got goals that are about helping other people, man, that's a great freaking, you know, focus, right? And that's easy to commit to, because nothing gives you more happiness than helping someone else. And I'll just end with this on that. If you're ever in a sad way, or you're feeling depressed, or you just need to uplift, go find somebody to help. Quickest way to happiness. God bless. See you guys on the next read, and keep at it.